BYU basketball taking down UNLV and Nevada in back-to-back efforts, both by 33 points. Joining us now to discuss those blowout victories and what it means for the Cougars' ratings is the college basketball stats guru, Ken Pomeroy, on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline, friend of the program. Nice to have you back, Ken. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, BYU jumps 12 spots in your ratings from 54 to 42 after another blowout victory. Why such a big jump after a win by BYU over Nevada last night?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is just the domination. I mean, it was a dominant win over what seems to be a respectable Nevada team, and we don't. It's early in the season, and I guess things could go either way for them still. Obviously, with the new coach, there's some uncertainty there, but I still have Nevada rated as the 95th best team. So, even when you're able to do that at home, beating a team like that convincingly, probably says something. And so that's the reason they got a little bit of a bump there.
What's your evaluation of BYU so far this season since they played 9 games without Yoli Childs? Did pretty well, 6-3, and now they sit at 8-4.
Yeah, you have to be pretty impressed. I mean, even before getting Yoli back in the lineup, they obviously did some damage in terms of, getting that incredible win against Houston. And, they obviously let one slip away against San Diego State and Boise State. But just the way they played, I think, gave you some hope that they were going to, have certainly a year where they could, again, finish, near the top of the WCC and be competitive in that sense. And then obviously since getting Yoli back, they've looked pretty good. They're, obviously always going to regret what happened at the Huntsman Center, but part of that was because Yoli wasn't on the court at the end. He obviously made a difference there. So, certainly the last 2 games have been especially impressive, and obviously now they get an even bigger test against Utah State.
Ken Pomeroy with us on BYU Sports Nation. Statistically speaking, which matchup are you looking forward to most between BYU and Utah State, again, from a numbers perspective?
Yeah, from a numbers perspective, I think, it's really just kind of seeing how, BYU's shooting really holds up against Utah State's defense. It's really kind of a matchup of strength on strength here so far, especially inside. BYU's been pretty good even before they got Yoli Childs back. Like even the backcourt guys, TJ Haws and Jake Toolson and Alex Barcelo, been really good in terms of scoring inside the arc. And Utah State's defense is pretty good at defending that. So far, 39th best in terms of defending 2-point percentage, whereas BYU's offense is 78th best. And obviously Utah State has a personnel issue of their own where they haven't had Neemias Queta really at all up to this point. And so if he, is able to go out there and give Utah State, 20 minutes or so of just great rim protection, it's going to be interesting to see how BYU handles that.
Yeah, BYU is a favorite by 1 and a 53% chance to beat Utah State. So this has turned into a pretty even matchup in your eyes then?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's an even matchup, and it's, it's a high-stakes matchup, obviously, for both of these teams in terms of, just at-large hopes, because you are possibly getting a quad 1 win. Either of these teams end up in the top 50. A neutral site win would be a quad 1 win. So obviously we know that those type of quality wins are not easy to come by in the Mountain West or the WCC, and so an even matchup here and certainly a possibility for a really good win, whoever gets it.
Ken Pomeroy on BYU Sports Nation, college basketball stats guru. Ken, when you look at what BYU's done defensively, giving up 50 and 42 in back-to-back games, how has that adjusted their defensive presence in your numbers?
Yeah, it's up quite a bit. I mean, they're up to 76 in terms of, the adjusted defensive efficiency, which is how I rank defenses. So that's certainly respectable. The offense is 23rd. So I think, the formula here for BYU, obviously, if they can continue to shoot the ball, as well as they have, especially from the perimeter. And you would expect them to continue to be a really good shooting team, especially with Childs able to take some of the heat off of those shooters defensively. Certainly I think the formula is, hey, this team's going to have a really solid offense, and can the defense just be capable? And they've been more than capable the last couple of games. Again, the competition ramps up here. When you're trying to defend guys like Sam Merrill and Neemias Queta and Justin Bean, it's going to be a little bit more challenging than what they've seen the last 2 games. But certainly you have to be optimistic based on what we've seen recently.
For people that don't know, your rating is one of the primary metrics used by the NCAA Selection Committee on Selection Sunday, which is pretty awesome and perhaps surreal for you. I don't know. We've loved your stuff for a few years, and now they're using it to actually evaluate stuff. But how do you evaluate BYU right now? With Yoli Childs, do you feel like this looks and feels and statistically looks like an NCAA tournament team?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, the way I'd answer that is that they are good enough to be a tournament team. Like they're playing good enough to be a tournament team. When you're ranked 42nd in my ratings, you're really like on the cut line in terms of getting that large bid. And most of that was done without Yoli. So, when you consider that, like clearly they're good enough to be an at-large team. It's just now a matter of putting that resume together to, impress the committee. That's the next step. And as I said, they've shown signs of that before they got Yoli. Obviously, since they've got him, there's been some encouraging signs. But if you don't win the games like Utah State, if you don't, at least split with St. Mary's in conference, like we can talk about how you're ranked in the 40s all you want, but if you don't have those wins, you're not going to get selected. So they certainly are good enough. There's going to be teams, I'd say worse than BYU, that end up getting at-large bids. There's going to be teams better than BYU that don't get at-large bids. So, it's one of those deals where they basically control their own destiny. I mean, they're good enough to get some of these wins. So if they can pull it off, they can certainly make the tournament.
Yeah, certainly a huge one with Utah State on Saturday. Where is that cut line for you? Is it top 40, about there?
Yeah, it's like about 45. I think if you're 45th, you're probably 50-50 to get in. And like I said, there's going to be teams. There's going to be teams like in the 30s, like one or two teams that probably don't make it, and there's going to be one or two teams in the 50s and 60s that do get in, just because the way the resume works out is not exactly lined up with the way my ratings work. But yeah, right around the mid 40s, which both these teams are there right now. BYU 42, Utah State 47. So it kind of tells you what's going to be at stake on Saturday.
Ken, as you evaluate the new NCAA tournament inclusion process of who gets in, who is not included after a few years, and I say new because RPI has been essentially taken out
Thank
of a
goodness.
major factor in this game. What would you do to change the process, even though it is new and seemingly better?
Right. So it is better. Like getting rid of the RPI is certainly a reason for a celebration, and the net is a little bit more of a modern formula that I think is a better starting point for assessing quality of wins. To me, the next step, which is probably a pipe dream, but it's really getting to even a more automated approach in terms of evaluating the quality of wins and losses. Right now you have a bunch of humans who are looking at resumes and comparing them across, so many teams, and it's just really hard to manage all that information. And naturally, those humans are going to simplify the process, and the way they do it is they basically look at like your best wins, your best 2 or 3 wins, and that can be really influential into whether you get into the tournament or not. And that really hurts teams, especially like the ones we're talking about today with Utah State and BYU, from these conferences that are not Power 5, but close, the Atlantic 10, the Mountain West, WCC, the American, where you're playing a lot of teams in the, 50 to 150 range. And, if you go 10-3 against those teams, like you're probably a tournament quality team. And right now, the selection committee just doesn't have that in their heads. It's just really hard for them to understand that that's the case. And, all the advanced analytics that we have and the work that's been done in the past decade or so really kind of confirms that it is the case. And it's just like a really impossible task for these 10 people to kind of manage all that information and figure this out. So I'd propose a more automated approach to evaluating a team's resume. And that usually scares a lot of people when I bring it up, and it's probably not something that we're going to see anytime soon, but maybe someday.
The robots are taking over.
I was going to say, do you want Skynet? What the heck, Ken?
I mean, when you're trying to evaluate 353 teams, I just think, there's some things humans are really good at, and there's some things we're maybe not as good at, and this might be one of those things.
Ken Pomeroy wants to take away 10 American jobs on the NCAA Selection Committee. I'm just kidding. Last night, Louisville goes down. Another number 1 team loses. Is there a great team in college basketball?
There's probably not a great team. I mean, we still have Ohio State, who has played like a great team to this point. Like Ohio State literally has, not played a bad game yet. They haven't trailed in the second half of any game they played, with the exception of their season opener against Cincinnati, where they trailed for the first 3 minutes of the second half. Before.
Are you talking about football or basketball?
Yeah.
It's like 2007 all over again here for Ohio State. Maybe playing for national titles in both sports. But yeah, that's the only team that looks great, and yet, they're going to have their moments. Like they're going to have a game or 2 or 3 or 4 where they're not going to look very good. And so this really is a year so far that there hasn't been a great team, which makes it especially interesting. Like, you know, there's just a lot of compression really between the number 1 team and the number 20 team. So that should make things pretty exciting, especially when we get to March.
Ken, your website is a daily destination for us on BYU Sports Nation, kenpom.com. How do people take advantage of your college hoops info, and what's new this year?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Just head on over to kenpom.com. You can see the ratings on the front page, but you can also kind of dive into deeper statistical insights for the low price of $19.95 a year. As far as what's new, there's just a little bit more kind of bells and whistles behind the scenes in terms of the team data and the individual lineup data and features like that. But I think one of the things I pride myself on is just the consistent presentation of the website. So, it's not like Facebook where one day you're going to wake up and something's changed and you can't find it. Like my site, once you subscribe, I'll add a few things from time to time, but I'm definitely not going to change things up too drastically. Like you'll know what to expect every morning.
Ken Pomeroy doing things better than Facebook since 2000. Ken, thanks for the time, man.
Thanks, Ken.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Ken